I'm author RG Long, and this is my Monday video, which is supposed to let you know a little bit about my author journey over the past week and get you caught up on where I am in my current projects. And if you're new to the channel, welcome, glad you're here. We just hit 400 subscribers this weekend, so thank you. I am extremely glad that you are here. Tell your friends, we're gonna have a good time. So just wanted to let you know about where I am in my author journey. So as you know, I'm a part-time author. I don't do this full-time, but I'm trying to really kind of hone my craft and do a good job with what I'm doing. So this week I wrote 7,000 words, which is 1,000 more words than I wrote last week, and I'm really proud of that because it's doing good. There's only one problem. I have a deadline coming up. One of my books, Mages of Gallon, is going to be coming up here pretty soon, and I really got to crank out some words in order to make this happen. And on my YouTube shorts, I explained a little bit, like sometimes I go on walks and I dictate, and that's how I get my books in. Sometimes I even dictate right here in this chair to this microphone right down here below camera, just so that I can get words on a page, so I'm not looking at a blank page the whole time. And that's good, but it's not good enough, because right now my word count for this book is 27,000. That's okay, but it's certainly not epic fantasy length, so I've really got to get cranking this week. My goal, my big audacious goal, is to write 3,000 words a day. Not clean words, but just get 3,000 words a day on the page. So what I'm gonna plan to do is do about 30 minutes worth of dictation in the morning and in the evening. And if you watch that YouTube Shorts video, you find out that I can do about 1,500 words in 30 minutes. So spend about an hour writing. I've got an hour sometime this week, every single day. I think I can make it happen. So what I want to do is, by the time that I come back and let you know what I was up to, I want to be able to say that I have doubled the word count for my book. All right, so I want to get to 21,000 words, just almost 50,000. That's the goal. All right, that's what I want to do. So again, that's what I want to try to do this week, and really got to crank out some of those words so that I can make sure that I get this book to my readers, because they're excited for it. This is book 14 in my epic series, The Legends of Gilead, and it's been a long journey. We got to wrap things up and do a good job of it. That's really what I want to do. But something I got to do that was pretty cool this week was talk with a buddy, Kevin Miller, another fantasy author, who actually, we have some high school connections. It was really kind of strange when he was like, hey, do you know this guy and this guy? I was like, yes, I've been in their houses, I've ridden in their cars. And it was just really neat to see how small the world was. But before Kevin and I recorded this video where we did a little author interview, and excuse the audio on that, man, I'm just trying to figure out how to do all these things, which is what we ended up talking about, the author problems that we have right now. All right, so authors can tend to think about lots of different things at once, because we like to do that. We have maybe stories going up in our minds, we've got book ideas going up in our heads, we've got characters, we've got all these kind of different things, but there's more than just writing that happens. We're trying to think about how we can do things, and authors are expected to have a lot going on, like social media. They're expected to know how to manage one, maybe multiple social media accounts. Authors need to know how to market their books, because you can write a book and you can publish it fairly easily, but if no one knows where they can buy your book, or like who your book is for, that's something that you need to be able to explain. So marketing. You also have to network. This isn't an island, even though the stereotype is that authors like sit in their study and like write their books all day. Like, no, this is a community that you need to be a part of, and it's really great when you can talk to other authors who know more than you do. That's how I've been able to find the small success that I've had in my author journey, just because I've talked to some really smart authors who have been kind enough to share their knowledge with me. But then you also have to know business things. I didn't know what an LLC was when I first started this journey. I didn't know what day quarterly taxes needed to be paid. I didn't understand what things I could count towards tax deductions for my author business and what things I couldn't. But these are necessary things that, well, you just have to know when you become an author, the business side of it. And then you have to figure out what it's like to hire professionals. Because as great as I might think I am at some things, I'm not a graphic designer. I'm just not. I have Canva. Canva's great, but it doesn't always like replace being able to give your book the cover it deserves. So you gotta hire professionals, people who know what they're doing. This includes book artists, this includes editors, this includes people who can maybe market for you if you don't know how to. Hiring these people, that's a big deal. So if you are an author out there and you're kind of struggling with like, oh, that's a lot, you feel like you have to know all the things, well, here are my suggestions for you in order to like put the brakes on it and try to really kind of sit back and go, wait a second, this looks huge, but let's take it in chunks at a time. So first thing, focus on writing good books. Okay? Because all the other stuff doesn't matter unless you write a really great book. If you write books that are trash and that people don't enjoy, well, then all the other stuff isn't going to really matter. You can put the greatest cover on it in the world, you can have some editor, and there will be 0 typos in your book, and you will never find a grammatical error whatsoever. But if the book's not enjoyable and you don't have an audience, all the other stuff isn't going to matter. So write some good books. Step number 1. You really can't go past that one. The second thing is really focus on one skill. I see authors who say, I need to do social media and have a website and know how to do an email list, and then I know how to network and da-da-da-da-da-da, and it feels absolutely overwhelming. And there's no one right way to do it. There are lots of different avenues to go about it, but learn one skill and get it down pat. I didn't know how to do an email list before I sat down and learned how to use an email list. And then once I got that skill set, I was like, okay, I know how to do this. I know what to do. I could put it into my weekly rhythm and then move on. Same with social media and things like that. I didn't know how to post or what to post to things until I kind of said, all right, this is how I'm going to do it. This is what I'm going to do for my business and my brand. And I focused on it, and now it's done. And I can move on to another skill that I'm trying to learn, like YouTube. Yeah, right. I mean, we're trying to figure out this kind of thing. So focus on one skill at a time. Even if it helps you write a list, make a list out and put everything down that you want to get done and figure out one thing at a time. And once you get something figured out, automate what you can. All right, automate what you can. Put it into a system of some sort that takes care of it for you. Like, again, for instance, for social media, there are some authors out there who post organically every single day, and it's what they love to do, and they interact with readers. I love to interact with readers, but I forget to post things. So if it's up to me, that would be a box that I just can't check. That's why I used Hero Post, which honestly I recommend to you as an author. It's $97 just for a lifetime subscription, and I had used Buffer and a couple others that were on yearly subscriptions, but for me and my budget, I needed something I paid once and was done. This is not self-promotion. Hero Post isn't sponsoring this YouTube channel, but if they wanted to, we could talk. But here's the deal: automate what you can, and then go from there. So I spend about 2 hours every single month planning out and scheduling every single social media post for the month that I do. And then I walk away. I just want readers to find out that I have social media, they know who RG Long is, and really that's it. If they want to interact with me, we can do that. Same with my email list. I have an automated system that when somebody subscribes to my email list, it sends out 5 different emails over 10 days and gets them acquainted with who I am and my books. Is it perfect? Absolutely not. But do I focus on it every single day? No, because I've automated what I can while I was focusing on one skill, and then I'm trying to grow and expand my business, all while attempting to write really good books. So with all that in mind, hey, thanks so much for hanging out. I'm glad you're here. If you would do me a favor, subscribe by hitting this little subscribe bar up here. I'm going to get out of here so I can work on writing some really good books. Enjoy the journey. See you later.